Every day I choose to present myself to people in a way where I'm asking them to fully accept me. When I'm fully aware that I'm doing something that it's very probable they have no prior way to contextualize and consume. Part of what I want to do is to kind of like point out social ills, point out weird things people do, point out weird things I do, point out terrible things that I do, point out terrible things other people do, and emphasize and underscore these things. And I use absurdity often as a tool to like do that.
Every audience listens, they taking turns judging. Everybody got dishes, I be moving my feet on. Very tables I eat on, uppercut in the rug. Was it something I said?
When I was working with people in rap groups, there wasn't always the room to do that. I would go to these sessions and collaborate with guys, and then I would run home and just write the weirdest shit I could, like just the artsiest, weirdest, most personal, most absurd premises. A really huge reason why I identify with comics so much and why I identify with everybody who was on the stage last night is that we are all independent creators. We don't work for anybody. We're singular entities in that way. Even though we're in collectives and we collaborate, we are singular entertainment and creative entities. And I stand up, to me, it's like ultimate. I think a lot of times they're on the forefront of that type of lifestyle, the independent creative. So I listen to them talk to each other a lot because there's a lot of wisdom in that for me. And that I've learned a lot about the way that I see passion from them and how they start and they suck. They all suck at first, but they all have to tell themselves they don't suck. They have to count these small, tiny victories, and then 3 years in, they still kind of suck, but they're doing a little better and getting some respect. And then 10 years in, they finally find their voice, you know what I mean? And they stop sucking, and there's a career, and you know, like they inspire me. They inspire me a lot. One thing that unites all of us that our individual responsibility is to always stay true to our own individual visions. And I think like that's something who everybody involved in Hellfire like has that. And so I think by proxy that becomes the mission of the collective. Nothing that's happening out of Washington seems sustainable at all. But I think even that points to the fact that the corporation's philosophy is ingrained in DC. You know, like that lobbying money and keeping those people in power and all of that, like that's dictating things because it's not sustainable. It's like it's just like these companies do. They don't build sustainable models for success. They build immediate growth in the quarter. You know? Part of what I'm always trying to get at is that I'm always trying to like point to it, you know what I mean? Always trying to point to like, look at that, look what we're doing, 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 you know what I mean? And it is tough to talk about, you know, like I do find myself, I have to like, insert things that I feel okay about in them because sometimes if left to my own devices, I'll just make something really bleak because that's what I see, you know? Like, and I see positives from human interaction, but I mean, it's an overall macro view. It seems to be that things are not headed in a very good place.
I'm so stealthy, I'll hide behind this pole. Watch me hide behind this street light. I'll get smaller, watch me fold. You can't find me cause I'm tiny. I'm camouflaged in this pine tree. I'm camouflaged to my eyeballs. I got a secret mission like Skyfall. I'm like Nightcrawler or Mystic. Who the fuck you about to be this week? Cause I'm shape-shifting, weightlifter or pipsqueak. I'm so stealthy, no co-defenders don't help me. I'll pick
I believe we should all question everything all the time. I think our world would be better. I have a lot of darkness. I have a lot of dark thoughts and I have a lot of dark feelings. And I'm still trying to find a way to deal with them, honestly. I don't often get overcome by them, but they are very present and are always right beneath the surface. And it's been a journey. It's been a part of my journey to try to figure out what to do when they appear, because I don't think that they should just be banished or repressed. But a lot of my shit, like, I can't express it. I can't manifest it. It's not even cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like, it wouldn't be nice things to say to people. You know what I mean? It'd be fucked up, twisted shit. I'm thinking about going back to therapy. I did therapy when I was in college. But I think at that time I wasn't aware enough of my own problems, for one. And two, it was very easy to game the therapist. And I don't even know why I did that. I was doing it there because I wanted to. It wasn't even like I had to go. But I think I was just enjoying playing with that relationship, you know? I am a big follower of momentum. And part of how I've taken an approach to my career is that I kind of just run full speed up the mountain, like not even thinking about it, just start doing it, you know. And so there are some moments while I'm running where I'm like, fuck, this is hard, why am I doing this? But most of the time I'm just not even thinking about it, I'm just automatically doing it, you know. Like I've just like committed myself to the momentum of getting to that place. And so I'm just hurling myself there.
Dark comedy, cold is the ocean at a low, cause nobody seems to know when I'm joking. For those who haven't heard of me, I'm bad at sarcasm, so I work in absurdity. On that laugh to keep from crying, tip rap like Wired versus Chet and Weird Science.
To me, the worst part of like racism and the worst part of sexism is that when something tragic happens to somebody, and rather than immediately empathize with the tragedy, a person leaps on the difference in the situation. You know, like when a black child, you know, a black young man gets murdered by the police, there's a lot of non-black people who will be like, instead of being like, oh, that's really sad, or like, oh man, that's an American citizen, they'll be like, oh, what did he do? You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's where racism gets in the way of like people connecting to each other's humanity. You know what I mean? When you've allowed a difference to become something important, more important in your mind than it really should be, you know, because I think that really separates us. It really separates us a lot, and we're so weak like that, you know. So weak, because like it's so much easier for us to hurt each other when we don't look at a person's life as important as your own. Like that really makes me upset when people, you know, act as if somebody else's life isn't important. That is crazy to me. It's crazy. Like none of us even understand what life is. Like we just don't know. We still don't know. We'll probably never know what it is to be alive. Like capital punishment is crazy. You know what I mean? Like who are you to decide to take a life that you didn't give them? You know what I mean? You can take their rights away because you might be part of some structure that gave them some rights. I get that. But life, you don't understand it to take it from somebody.
Mass shooters on the news, unless it's in the shy, cause blacks and Mexicans can die.
So what are you searching for?
Having that one vision and trying to make sure that throughout my head and into my heart and out of my hands, it is the same as when it came to me. Continue to understand why it is that I want to make certain statements, and then continue to make statements. I'm searching for the best way to state the statement.
Pain, so the chain keeps my neck strong. Ouch, my bones mad brittle, lips they quivering to hold back spittle. Keep getting tattoos of old black riddles, cause nobody knows. All good feels are mirages, so don't waste your money on weed or massages. Nah, I'm in the hood hearing sirens and the beat tried to make me feel good, but it's lying, so